All right, guys, I do have an afternoon editorial for you real quick here. I'm going to just read it. There's not going to be any pictures here. I apologize, but I'm trying to get this out real quick. I am at the office today, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this real quick for you on my break. My God, I either look like Andy Griffith or Wilford Brimley. What do you think? My God. This pandemic is killing us all, ain't it? So, but I want to read this to you real quick. I saw this on a few different news sources. I kind of read through them, and I printed it for you to read to you the update to the Adam Coy investigation. Remember, out of Columbus, Ohio, Adam Coy. So here we go. They said he was fired on Tuesday. I don't know if they mean today, Tuesday, or last week, which was the 22nd. So they mean the 22nd or the 29th he was fired. But an officer on the scene of the fatal shooting of Andre Hill in Ohio's capital city of Columbus last week didn't perceive any threats and didn't see a gun, contrary to a mistaken claim by the fellow officer who killed Hill, that's Adam Coy. Now, the records provide new details to the December 22nd shooting of 47-year-old Andre Hill, a black man, who was fatally shot by Officer Adam Coy as he emerged from a garage holding a cell phone with his left hand and his right hand not visible. And some said, I saw a report where it looked like his right hand was in his pocket. Yeah, it's probably pretty freaking cold in Ohio in December. I'd have my hands in my pockets too. Now, the city fired Adam Coy on Tuesday. I don't know if they mean the 22nd or the 29th. It just says Tuesday. Accusing him of incompetence and gross neglect of duty, among other charges. This story just came out today. So that's why I'm saying I don't know if he was fired today and then they just broke the story or if he was fired last week. I know that the chief recommended his firing last week. Now, Columbus police officer Amy Detweiler said she saw a man, later identified as Andre Hill, walk away from a car after arriving at the scene of the non-emergency call, according to a summary of her internal affairs interview. She said Adam Coy had gotten there first. Detweiler didn't see any interaction between Hill and Coy, but said Coy told her Hill had walked into the next door's garage. After the officers crossed over to the garage, they saw Andre Hill, with Detweiler telling investigators she felt Mr. Hill may need assistance to enter the residence. Remember, they reported that he was a guest staying there. He might have got locked out, just like that thing yesterday where the Yucaipa Police Department went to a suspected prowling or burglary, and it happened to be some relatives who got locked out. They called the homeowner and they said, oh yeah, they're staying with us. They just didn't have the key to the house. That could have been this. Andre Hill was a guest. He didn't have a key to the house, and he goes, my God, it's cold. And he was trying to get in. That's why, remember, they said also his car it was running for a while. Yeah, he was getting warm. He was locked out of the house. See, it's all coming together now. It's all coming together. This neighbor called, which resulted in the death penalty of this poor guy. He was just trying to get in the house. He was trying to stay warm in his car. Because remember, they said the car's been running for a while. Yeah, there's a guy getting warm in there. Boy, they'd hate me. When I'm out cop watching, my car's always running in one spot. Johnny 5-0 too, right? After the officers crossed over to the garage, we read that. So Adam Coy asked Hill in a normal tone of voice to exit the garage, and Hill complied, but without responding, Detweiler said. As Hill walked out, Detweiler did not observe any threats from Andre Hill, nor did she see a gun, the Internal Affairs report said. Officer Detweiler stated Officer Coy observed a firearm and yelled, there's a gun in his other hand, there's a gun in his other hand. Officer Detweiler heard gunfire at that moment. No gun was found at the scene. The only guns were in the holsters of those cops. Reports also indicate that Chief Thomas Quinlan felt something was off about the shooting as soon as he arrived. He saw the officers and then saw the body camera video. Police Chief Thomas Quinlan said, I have responded to many officer-involved shooting scenes and spoken with many officers following these critical incidents. There was something very distinct about the officer's engagement following this critical incident that is difficult to describe for this letter. He said Adam Coy's handling of the shooting is not a rookie mistake as a result of negligence or inadvertence. In his recommendation that the 17-year veteran be fired, he added that Coy's actions were reckless and deliberate. A review of now listen to this. This is where I wanted to get you guys to. A review of Coy's personnel files show more than 36 complaints have been filed against him since he joined the department in January of 2002, mostly for rude or abusive language, with a dozen for use of force. No details about the allegations are contained in the sparse summaries the city provided from the department's Internal Affairs Bureau. All but a few were marked unfounded. All but a few. I'm going to get back to that. Or not sustained. Quinlan noted that he had first raised concerns about Coy in 2008 when Quinlan was his patrol lieutenant. Now he's the police chief. Why didn't he do something? He wrote, if sustained improvements are not fully realized, the decision whether Officer Coy is salvageable must follow. Coy was fired Monday, hours after a hearing was held to determine his employment. That's probably yesterday. So he probably was fired today. And then it's some other stuff here. You can Google it if you want. I don't even have the link to give you. I'm sorry. I just printed this off. I copied and printed it off to give you guys the story. But down here, then they talk about how it's a tragedy and so forth. It says here, police body cam footage showed Hill emerging from a garage holding up a cell phone in his left hand seconds before he was fatally shot by Adam Coy. There is no audio because the officer hadn't activated the body camera. An automatic look-back feature captured the shooting without audio. Andre Hill lay on the garage floor for several minutes without any officer on the scene coming to his aid. And remember, I did the follow-up editorial last week where we counted it down. I did the timeline. If you want to look for that, it's in my video list. It's only a week ago that I did where he laid there for 10 minutes, or it's like over 10 minutes. He laid there before the ambulance even came. Bleeding out. And someone commented on one of my videos and said, that's because dead men tell no tales. I don't know. Maybe what do you think? You think they didn't want to get, hey man, if this guy talks, I'm done. And I don't want to think that Adam Coy is that evil. But he's certainly over 36 complaints. And I don't care that it was 17 or 18 years. Still, 36 friggin' complaints. And they said a lot of them were unfounded. Now, I made a complaint against a deputy here in Yucaipa who literally, on camera, violated my civil rights, and it was unfounded. Remember, I made a video where I wiped my ass with it and flushed it in the toilet? When they sent me the letter, I took their letter and wiped and then flushed it. Because that's what I thought about their decision on my complaint. That's why I don't file complaints against cops, because we investigated our own and it's unfounded. Stop crying. Be a good sheep and follow our police officers. Yeah, over 36 complaints on this guy. He's still on the streets, and Andre Hill is dead. He's fired, but is he charged? No. I don't see any criminal charges being brought against this guy. Just that he was fired. We still lost, guys. We still lost. Yeah, he got fired, but we still lost. He won't see a day in court. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you guys want to know this story, I just went to the Bing search engine. I put in police. When that came up on my search, I clicked news. It was the top story. Or you can look up Adam Coy, Andre Hill, Columbus, Ohio Police, and it should give you an update. Thank you, guys.